What is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel. And if you are somebody who applied for the EIDL grant program and you did not click this box that says, I would like to be considered for the cash advance up to $10,000, or if you're somebody who simply does not know whether or not, or can't remember whether or not they opted in and checked that box, then this video is for you because I'm going to be walking you through the steps of what you need to do if you are one of the hundreds of people who have reached out to me stating that you did not click that box and you don't know what to do next. So let's get started. Now, if you are somebody who has no idea what I'm talking about right now, I would encourage you to pause this video and head on over to a video I did last Wednesday titled EIDL Grant Deposited in 3 Days, How to Apply for a Free $1,000. In that video, I talk about the EIDL grant application process and how if you are a business owner, a gig worker, if you have a side hustle, if you're an independent contractor, you could qualify for $1,000 from the government. And in that video, I talk about the application process, what you need to know, and what you need to do. Once you check out that video, then head on back over to this video and you can learn about what I'm talking about today. But over the last few weeks, I have received literally hundreds of emails, comments in my YouTube videos, direct messages on Instagram of people asking me questions about the EIDL grant, the EIDL loan, and the PPP program. And I am trying my best to respond to every single comment, and it is taking a little bit longer than I would have anticipated, but I am trying to respond to each and every comment thoughtfully. But I would say that 60% of those comments are regarding people who filled out the EIDL application and did not opt in for the cash advance. Meaning that in the application, after you provide your business information, after you answer a quick questionnaire, after you provide your personal information, kind of plopped in the middle of the page, there is an opt-in screen, and it says, I would like to be considered for an advance up to $10,000. Now, as we stand today, that opt-in is defaulted as checked. But whenever I first applied, it was not checked off. And for some reason, it seems like people are unchecking it and then submitting the application by mistake, because I have received literally hundreds of emails asking what to do if you are somebody who had not opted in for the $10,000 cash advance and you already submitted your application. So I'm going to be talking about that today. So first and foremost, I would say that if you're somebody who did not opt in, do not resubmit an application. You can only submit one application, and the SBA computer system will recognize either your bank information or your social security number or EIN number, and it will throw that second application out. So resubmitting an application will really only overcomplicate the issue. So the first thing that you need to do if you did not opt in is I would recommend that you call the SBA. I will include the number to the SBA in the description below. But don't waste your time with just any SBA rep and go directly to a Tier 2 rep. The second that an SBA representative answers the phone, don't waste your time and just go, I would like to talk with a Tier 2 representative. They will then connect you to a Tier 2 rep. A Tier 2 rep can actually pull up your application, they can pull up your account and your records, and they can actually add notes to your file. And once you connect with a Tier 2 representative, explain the situation to them. Tell them that you submitted the EIDL application and you mistakenly did not opt in for a cash advance up to $10,000. Let them know that you do want to opt in and that it was a mistake that the box was not checked in your application. Now, the Tier 2 representative will do either one of two things, and regardless of what they do, you're going to go on to the next step of these instructions. But what the SBA representative may tell you is they may say that they're going to log those notes in your file and they'll get back to you. And if that's the case, then that's fine. But the other thing that the representative may tell you is that you need to file an official appeal and a letter of reconsideration on the basis that you did not opt in. And so they will probably tell you one of those two things. And so once you have spoken to the Tier 2 representative, they have logged your call in your file, the next thing you need to do is move on to step 2, and that is to file an appeal and a letter of reconsideration. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I created a video on how to file an appeal. I will include that in the description below, so if you want some more detail than what I'm providing in this video, I highly encourage you to check out that video. But there are two ways that you can send an appeal. You can send one either via email or you can send one through the mail to a physical address. And I encourage you to do both. I encourage you to send an appeal via email electronically, and I also encourage you to send it through the mail, a paper copy. Now, I will include both the email address and the physical address that you need to send these letters of reconsiderations to in the description below. But what you will state in your letter of reconsideration is this. You will just type out a simple letter. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated, and you will want to include a few things. Number one, you'll want to include your name, you want to include your application number, and you'll want to include your contact information. And here is what a letter of reconsideration could look like for you. To whom it may concern, my name is Aubrey Janik. My EIDL grant application number is XXXXX. I'm submitting a letter of reconsideration and an appeal for the EIDL cash advance. During the application process, I did not opt in for the cash advance up to $10,000, and I am submitting this letter as an official opt-in request for the $10,000 cash advance. I would like to receive the $10,000 cash advance as outlined in the CARES Act. Please let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate your time. Aubrey Janik, phone, email, address. You will simply print out that letter or send it via email to the address and the email address listed down in the description below. And once you do that, you will hopefully hear back from the SBA within a few days or within a week or two. Now, unfortunately, it's unclear how effective this method is going to be. There seems to be a lot of people who did not opt in for this cash advance during the application process, and so far and in my research, I have not been able to get a clear understanding on who has been able to successfully appeal this during the appeals process. But I highly encourage you to at least give it a try. There is absolutely no harm in sending a letter of appeals to the SBA and via email and calling a Tier 2 representative to make sure that they know that you want your cash advance. And so if you're somebody who did not opt in for the cash advance, make sure to do this. Don't waste any time. It takes 5 to 10 minutes max, and it's so easy to mail it out. And you can at least know that you gave it your best shot in order to get that cash advance that you are entitled to if you are an eligible business, independent contractor, or gig worker. But with that being said, you guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. Like I said, I received hundreds of comments about this topic that I couldn't not make a video about it because it was just such a glaring issue that so many people were having. Like always, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you are somebody who has appealed the SBA's decision and had success with it, then make sure to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. And if you're somebody who has submitted an appeal and you haven't heard, I would love to hear about that as well. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I hope that all of you guys have an amazing holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July, and I will see you guys in the next video.